Hey everybody, what's happening? I'm P-Rex, and as usual, as per my pattern, I am going to post the bonus content after every Until Dawn chapter. I just posted chapter 8 the other day, so now we're getting bonus content. This one's a little interesting and a little different. I actually found it very, very, interesting, I guess. Very fun to watch. So without further ado, let's get into it. And this one's called What in Hell's Name? Let's watch.
America's North Woods border region. Within this land of 10,000 lakes and miles of dense timber, a hideous creature is believed to lurk.
The North Woods is probably one of the last frontiers in America. There's still a lot of places in this area that hasn't been set foot by man. Monsters and mysteries exist here because it is remote.
Up in the North Woods, winters are long. In times of biting cold and isolation, a devouring monster is believed to come forth. It's terrorized native people for generations.
Growing up, I was told, don't go outside, the Wendigo will get you.
Among the traditions of the northern Algonquin tribes is the Wendigo, a monster that can seize hold of a person to carry out its hunger for human flesh.
Many Native Americans fear even talking about this Wendigo, and even the mention of the name will let the Wendigo find out where you are, and it will open you up to be possessed by this Wendigo.
The most famous case of a Wendigo possession took place in 1879 in the deep woods outside of Edmonton, Alberta. Swift Runner, a Cree Indian, was a trapper and a guide. He had left town the previous autumn with his wife, 6 children, and his mother. But when Swift Runner returned in spring, he was alone.
Swift Runner came into a nearby village telling this heartbreaking tale.
I had to watch them starve to death.
Of his family being killed by starvation, and that he was the only survivor.
My whole family gone.
It wasn't hard to understand a family falling victim to a brutal winter.
To even not.
Yet something was suspicious about Swift Runner.
Think of as food.
He was a strapping man, and he came into town weighing over 200 pounds. It didn't look like somebody who had just weathered a terrible winter. He wasn't malnourished, didn't look like he was starving. He looked healthier than ever.
After a few nights, it became clear that something was wrong.
He started having night terrors, screaming in his sleep.
I am the Wendigo.
Villagers alerted the police.
Swift Runner actually guided them back to his winter cabin. When they got there, that's when they saw the true horror. Human skulls were scattered around, many bones, some of which had been snapped in half, and the marrow inside had been drained. They had never seen anything like it. Swift Runner had killed his entire family, shooting them, hitting them with an axe, strangling, and then eating most of their bodies.
Right up until the moment the noose was on his neck, Swift Runner swore the evil spirit of the Wendigo had possessed him and twisted him into a cannibal killer.
When he was on the gallows, Swift Runner himself said, "I am no longer a man."
So that was an interesting bonus feature, different than the other ones in that instead of talking about the game itself and what went into the making of the game, they actually talk about the myth behind the game. how they came up with the idea. So I thought it was really interesting. I never heard of the Wendigo before. I remember watching some YouTubers, and I can't remember their name, who were playing this game blind for the first time, and she actually guessed it was a Wendigo before they even announced that's what it was. And I don't know, stupid, foolish me, or naive me, or just um, um, uninformed me. I never heard of a Wendigo before. I don't even know what it is, but I think this bonus feature was a little bit longer than the other ones too. But I don't know. I found it really intriguing to see where they came up with the idea for the game, and just to see kind of it all played out. Except they expanded upon the myth. It looks like, because Swift Runner never turned into a Wendigo. I mean, he might have been possessed by Wendigo, might have ate his mother and his children and all that, but he never actually turned into a Wendigo. So, Supermassive Games actually took this idea and they expanded upon it, expounded upon it, to where, if you ate the flesh of another, then you were obviously possessed by the Wendigo and you turned into a Wendigo. Swift Runner never, I mean, at least it didn't show it, turn into a Wendigo. I mean, he was hung, if the myth is true. I tend to believe in myths, just me. I tend to believe that they're true, but he says, I am no longer a man, but he was hung, didn't turn into one, so, I mean, but, yeah, it was a really interesting bonus feature, I thought. I hope you like these bonus features. I hope you like the series in general. I'm almost done with it. We've got 2 more chapters of Until Dawn and 1 more bonus feature left. So, yeah, I think that's it. These bonus features are always short, just because the bonus features themselves are, I mean, these bonus features are always short videos, because the bonus features themselves are pretty short. So, I don't have too much to say. I just thought it was really interesting and intriguing. If you watched this all the way through, please let me know in the comments that you did and what you thought of it. Okay, I guess that's it. I'm going to be signing out here in just a second. But for now, I am P-Rex, and hopefully I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye, everyone.